Alright, so the new season of the Underground Labyrinth is out, and today I'm going to show you what you need to do in order to beat it. And it's actually quite easy compared to like the previous Underground Labyrinth. So if you were struggling on those, you will most definitely have an easier time on this one. And the whole reason behind that, I believe, is because they added the LR tokens into the shop. So you can basically buy 20 of these from the shop, either work towards like the next unit or towards LR Meliodas. So yeah, that's really nice, but I mean, it just made the Underground Labyrinth a little bit more boring in my opinion, but you know what, that's just me. I kind of liked the challenge before, but this is fine as well. Like, you just want to get this done with. Most people maybe don't even like this game mode to begin with. I thought it was neat, like you build different teams, get different passives, you know, try to adapt to what you're getting through the Underground Labyrinth and like picking and choosing what directions you want to go in and stuff like that. Here, this is the second team I cleared it with, and I actually got some really good human passives that's going to increase my damage dealt with human allies by 100%, so just pick Escanor or whatever and just continue on from that. You can also get like really good human units like Awakened Roxy, who's gonna really help you out there. But of course there are most definitely other units that are a lot better. Like if you start fresh, this screen actually isn't what you will see. You will just see whatever you see when you start fresh. Here I'm just gonna start as like whatever it is I'm gonna continue with, but these are the 3 units that you will see in the shop. So you're gonna see this Valentine's King, you're gonna see the Elizabeth here, and you're also gonna see this Cusack. Now the one I would actually suggest you picking is the Elizabeth, because she's gonna buff your attack related stats by 30% whenever she attacks. So you just attack with her turn 1 and then you attack with your other units and stuff like that. And it's really gonna be so much easier. But once you've actually completed it, once you actually have some like really decent passive for a specific race, then you should of course restart it like I am now. Pick that unit for that race, pick like say the stars or like level up or whatever you want to pick. You don't actually need to pick any of the stars or level ups. Like on my first run I completed it with like my units at level 100 and 6 stars super awakened. So it's really easy here. I'm just gonna pick this one, which increased my attack by 100%, and then we just go in. Generally though, an AoE unit would have been perhaps better. Like maybe if I picked Sigurd or whatever, that would have been better. It doesn't really matter. Just pick whatever you want to pick and then go with it. But this way it's just gonna take a little bit longer, at least on the earlier stages when you're like doing this. But yeah, I'm not gonna bore you with this part, or like, well, I can just bore you with this initial part and I can tell you like if you should go left or right or wherever you should go on the board specifically. But yeah, I'll go over the bosses and perhaps a little bit of what sort of units you should expect to pick out. If say you start with that Liz, what units are really good for her? I'll have it all in the description down below, of course. But yeah, here we're just gonna take whatever, it doesn't matter. Like I'm not gonna look at this even. It's so inconsequential, honestly, as soon as you get like the really good passive. And you're also gonna start with a lot of passives. I forgot to say this, but you're gonna basically start with a lot of passive. Like one of them is you're gonna start with like one random gray buff, and it's either like increasing the damage dealt or giving you an evade or like preventing you from dying for 1 turn or stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure there's like 4 different ones here or something. There's also like you applying ignite to all the enemies anytime like you attack them, and then of course you have like your normal passives here. But yeah, you basically start out with passives, and that makes it so much easier. But for like the first floor here, you either go left or right, pick whatever like fight you want to fight. If you go left or right, you can always go into the center here and you can make your way through here. I would suggest though like going for the either left or right, not the center on the first turn, just so you can get like the level up thingies and then also a star. I do believe if we go for this star it's like 2 stars worth, and if you go for this star it's like 1 star worth, if that makes sense. Like as you see, I started with 2 stars here, but you get like 1 or 2 stars from these, so there's also that to consider. I'm just gonna go right and I'm gonna buy the shop here, and then I'm just gonna continue on with the right and get like a unit here. A better idea might be to just go left. It's basically the same, right or left, but you just encounter like the unit you get to pick first, and then you can re-roll it for kind of the currency, and then you get to the shop. And by the time you get to the shop, I think by the time I will get to the shop, I will have like 50 or 60 of these. That means I can like buy one of the units that costs 30. You basically want to get at least 2 units here before you get to the boss, but you can just pick whatever. So either you go here and you pick whatever unit you get here, you cannot re-roll this, and then you go here and you can re-roll this. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you. All right, so we are at the first shop now. The first time I ran this, of course, I had the red list that you can pick from the beginning, and the first unit I got was red Brunhild, so the wedding Brunhild, and that team sort of worked out really well because you just attack with Liz once and then you pick like red Brunhild's AoE attack. Is this the same Liz? No, it's not. It's the other one. But basically I'm probably gonna go for a human here, maybe Ban or Valenti for the AoE. I think I might go for the Valenti. Yeah, we just pick whatever, it doesn't really matter. But she's gonna get the bonus from the thingy here as well. But anyway, I went with Brunhild, and then on the character selection thing further up here, I actually got Blue Lilia, so I also had some healing there, and then the first boss wasn't really an issue there anyway. They take some damage on Lilia, I believe, from the melee. Oh, no, it was Liz, I think, but it basically wasn't an issue, and I killed him in 2 turns. Here, I will probably kill him in 1 or 2 turns either way on my second run here, but yeah. Alright, so here we are at the first hero selection node if we follow the right hand path, and these are the units that we get to pick from. So Arthur isn't a bad choice because he does have a attack increasing buff. Now that could come in handy, and he's of course also gonna benefit from the human passive. She isn't also that bad, but I think I'm just gonna reroll here anyway just to see sort of what else we can get here. Now we can get a ban, and I cannot reroll anymore because I don't have enough currency. So we are just gonna pick the ban here. It shouldn't really matter. We have 1 green unit, 2 blue units. Meliodas is going to be the boss here, and he is a red unit, and we'll go over him just about now. Alright, so we are on the boss right now, and he doesn't do anything special, I believe. He just like lowers your HP a little bit, and I think like increasing his own attack by 40% every turn that passes, so you kind of want to kill him fast. That's basically all he does. He has like a counter and a single target attack card, and you don't really need to worry about anything, so this is quite an easy fight, and yeah, we'll just go into it, see how it goes. I think I'll just attack him like this, and we attack him like that, and maybe that's gonna be it. Maybe it isn't, like I don't know exactly how hard Ban is gonna hit for. Oh, Escanor missed a crit. So at least we're gonna be able to see like melee in action. So he's gonna do a little bit of attacking here and do a stance as well. Yeah, as you can see, she got the evasion passive, so she evades like 1 attack. Now we get like random passives again, and of course she got the evasion passive again. Ban got some stat increasing. Is it all stat by 10% maybe? I'm not gonna translate it. And Escanor got the, I think this is damage increase by 30%, so we're just gonna slap melee here. If you attack him, he's gonna counter, of course, but you know what, he's gonna die before he's able to counter anyway. There we go, easy peasy. I've done this twice before, like starting from fresh with Liz. This also takes like 2 turns. And even if it doesn't, like, he's not going to be able to ult you, because you can like remove his ult with Liz's single target card. So that is very useful there. And it's also going to be really useful for the boss on the 2nd floor. And we'll just go into the 2nd floor right now. So as you can see, the board is exactly the same. You can go left, you can go right. I think we'll go left this time. Like, it doesn't really matter, but we'll just go left. It's like fine, it's whatever. Alright, so we are on the first hero selection node on floor 2 as we're going on the left hand side, and the heroes we can get here are, well, Nanashi in the back can be quite nice actually, if we can get like Sigurd or someone else like that. Now on my very first run, I actually got Nanashi, and I had him in the back because he kind of helped me with a little bit of defense, and like the frontline unit, as I mentioned before, I had starter Red Liz, Red Brunhild, and Blue Lilia. Those are my frontline units. Then later I replaced Blue Lilia with Traitor Meliodas, and that's sort of how I finished the run. And it actually got me all the way to the end as well. The only one I sort of struggled on a little bit was the Copper Demon, because for every like buff that you get, you're gonna deal like 50% reduced damage to the boss. So by having Nanashi give you a bunch of buffs might not be the best bet here, but you know what, it's kind of nice still, so I think I'm just gonna go for it. Alright, so we are at the shop now, and let's see what we can get here. So we can get Gopher. Gopher is actually really nice to have on the 3rd floor, but he's not really needed. He might be good against the Ban though. I'm not gonna lie. He might be good against the Ban though. Nanashi in the back I think will provide us with the ult gauge depletion that we are gonna need anyway. So I'm not gonna pick anyone there. I'm gonna look at the passives. Alright, so this top one is like red units get their attack increased by 10%, and this one is just 10% defense. I guess I'm just gonna go for that one. I'm not gonna go for any units. I might go for like ult level or 2 stars. I think might help me out more against the Ban anyway, so we'll just go for that. Alright, so we are on the boss now, and my team got a little bit pummeled on the final enemy there. But we're up against Ban here, and he is basically going to have a revive mechanic where he will revive if he has 4 or more ult gauge orbs. Hopefully he's not going to have that by attacking into a unit with like the Nanashi buff. Maybe if he attacks into Ban, he's still going to retain it because Ban is probably going to die. You know what, it is what it is, and we'll just see here. So hopefully we can get some nice crits in, and yeah, we'll see. And at the end of the video, of course, I'm gonna like talk about like what teams you should build and stuff like that. So we will just go like this, and I'm actually gonna try to lifesteal a little bit with Ban. There we go. Oh my god, it's actually gonna die. Yeah, turn 1 death. But basically, if he has 4 or more Old Cage Orbs, he is going to revive, and I believe he heals back to full or something like that. I'm not sure. I've never like had it be a problem. If you like start with the starter lids and you still are here, like you can remove 1 Old Cage Orb by just attacking with the single target card, and that should help you out. But now we are on the 3rd floor, and on the 3rd floor here, it's still gonna look exactly the same. So you can go in the middle, you can go left or right, and it's basically the same. So I don't know, just for the heck of it, let's just go in the middle this time. So we're gonna go this way. Alright, so we are on the hero selection node here, and I think I might just go for this gopher. I think that might be what I'm gonna go for, because you kind of want the rank ups for the... Actually, not gonna replace him. No. I'm gonna replace her, I think. But basically, you kind of want the rank ups, and it's gonna become evident once you actually reach the final boss, so yeah. Alright, so we're at the shop now, and let's just see what kind of units we can pick here. As you can see, we can pick Roxy if we want to, and I think that's what I'm gonna do here. We got 70 of these, so we most definitely can afford that, and I think we can also afford one of these. So let's see if we can get something nice here. I think this one is nice, because if you have 70% or more HP, you get like 20% additional like attack damage or whatever, so we're gonna go for that one. I think the bottom one wasn't bad either. Alright, so we are on the final boss, and it is going to be against green Escanor. Now, because he's a green unit, we will deal a little bit less damage with our 2 blue main DPS units here. We cannot attack seal him, and we cannot stun, petrify, or freeze him. He will also like be prevented from dying if he is... Hold on, which passive was it? I think if his HP drops below 30%, I think this one. Like if his HP drops below 30% or 20% or something like that, he's gonna be immune to all damage for 2 turns, which basically you wanna kill him with like a really strong attack, like chip him down and then kill him. So that's what we're gonna try here. He's also gonna take like, was it 80% less damage if you attack him with like level 1 skills or rank 1 skills. So that's kind of one you want like go for here to rank yourself up. Also, if one of your units dies, one of these passives is going to rank up all your cards, so that is also kind of nice. Now with like 2 of these Escanor attacks, I was able to kill him at level 2. I think this is gonna hit for harder than Escanor is, but I'm not sure if this is gonna hit harder enough. And I will also need to crit, so her passive it might work there, but we're just gonna see here. I'm just gonna rank up Escanor and we'll see if this is enough. Maybe I make him like immune to all damage and I like screw myself, but that is basically how you do it anyway. So we're gonna deal some damage here. I think this is gonna be fine as long as we crit. Yeah. As you can see, it's not really an issue if you have like the correct passive, and on floor 3 and I believe even on floor 2 you can quite easily get the passives that's gonna increase the damage of one particular race by like 100%. So we got that. We are level 100 now, and we can sort of lock this team if we want to. Like you can check the other team I had here as well. I think I'll be able to see it. So yeah, I had basically Death Pierce here. I didn't have Roxy. I think Roxy is better, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. You're just starting out with Roxy. If you decide to like do another run, maybe you can get some better humans than this Escanor. Like I don't know if the one ultimate is here, maybe you can get him. I feel like this team is quite nice, though Death Pierce would have been better in the back, so that Escanor has a little bit more crit chance, because he doesn't always crit anyway, and being able to crit with Roxy here is gonna be super nice. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna save like this, I think, and then we just do the depths. Then the depths shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, like of course you can revive a unit if they happen to die, like on the previous floor, and then you're up against the Copper Demon, and the Copper Demon is going to have his damage taken reduced by 50% for every debuff on your units, or like on that specific unit. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's one of his passives anyway. So basically this one, I believe. So I think it says for every 1 debuff, reduce damage taken. And I noticed that when I was running the Amplify team, and my traitor Meliodas, even with a lot of buffs, wasn't doing like any damage at all. It was doing like 20-30k damage. So here we're just gonna buff up Roxy because she doesn't have any buffs up, and then we'll just do this. I think she also actually has that 10% all stat increase even, so this is very nice. Ooh, almost one-shotted. But yeah, that's how you do it, and you just move through it. I believe the second boss that you're gonna face here does have a revive, and so does the final boss. And all the other ones are super easy. If you have a even mildly built out team, you can quite easily one-shot them. Like from this one here, units thingy, and this one here, you can get like the best units in the game. Like you can get Mile quite easily. You can get like the best Meliodas and stuff like that. I even found Roxy in one of those, so that really helped me out on my previous run. But on this run, I found Roxy earlier. So yeah, you can most definitely go for other teams other than like human teams, such as like a mix of races if you want to, like just straight up amplify teams and stuff like that, or like teams that deal in like debuffs. But unfortunately I don't believe like you can debuff these enemies in particular. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wasn't able to like one-shot him. Oh wait, I was. Did he revive? I'm confused. I'm pretty sure this is the one who revives. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it. I'll just cut to the final boss, then do the outro, whatever. Just a quick look at what's in the shop here. So yeah, as you can see, it's like some of the top units. You got Melee here, really good if you want to go for the Amplify team. You can go for like Liz or Ludomargaret here if you happen to get like a Goddess buffing passive or whatever. That could be really nice as well. I'm not going to do any of that, and we can actually buy another passive if we want to. So for example, this one is just going to increase our damage dealt or attack power by 10%, so we just take that. Other than that, like, you can go for alt gauge moves or whatever you want to go for. Like, doesn't really matter. You're basically just spending excess amount of those cubes, so spend it on whatever you want, get your unit stats up if you want to, and yeah. Alright, we're at the end now, and let's see, we can pick another unit if we want to, and of course it's like some of the top tier units that you can pick from. We're not gonna pick any units, we're gonna just have a look here. And we got some crit damage, and that's gonna be that, I think. I'm not gonna touch anything else, like I could get my alt gauge up or whatever, but I have enough CC to actually go first, so it doesn't matter. And this is the final boss. He has a revive, so you have to kill him twice. Besides, even if one or two of your units die, it shouldn't really be a problem, but I'm just gonna rank her up. We're gonna attack like that, and then we'll sort of see what cards we get, because we're probably not going to be able to kill him by actually ranking up. Maybe if I like attacked with a bronze card and then... Ooh, that's very close. Maybe I could have. But we'll see here. He's going to do some AoE attacks. It doesn't do too much damage there. I also got like one of the cards that's going to increase my HP by 100%. So, of human allies. I think it's this one. Ooh, she actually... Oh yeah, she's surviving because of the passive she got where she can't die. So. That's super helpful, but here we go, we won, and it wasn't too difficult, and I can just keep using this team and clearing this super fast. Like, all the enemies or all the little bosses in the underground or deeper parts of the underground labyrinth were one shot by me. So like the most time that you're gonna spend is just looking at like the loading screens and the animations playing out. Here we go, we completed that, and then we can reset and we can go into the shop and perhaps have enough to buy up until the next tier. Unfortunately not, I'm missing just a couple of more of these, and I can buy it until I'll unlock this, and then you just need to farm it out a couple of more times. You get about 300 to 500 or something like this per run, so you just need to run it a couple of times. This one, of course, costs 40 for one, so you do need to farm it out quite a lot to actually get it. And I think that's also one of the reasons they made this a whole lot easier. I am, of course, a little bit disappointed, but you know what? It is what it is. If they're gonna slap this on here, it might as well be easy, and so you can like, just be done with it, and you don't really need to care about it. But yeah, I'll basically do a recap of the underground labyrinth. So basically start with Liz, like that's the one unit I would suggest you start with. Then try to get passives that's gonna work with that Liz, as well as like any other units that you happen to come across. Also keep picking units that are gonna work with your passives, and keep picking passives that are gonna work with the units that you get, and sort of evolve the team. The one team I had on my previous run that I actually started from fresh was I had the red Liz, Sigurd, Skadi, as well as like the backline Death Pierce. And by the end of it, I basically had exactly this human team. You can most definitely vary your teams depending on sort of what cards you get, because I do believe on floor 2 I got like the 100% damage dealt increase with like humans, and then I sort of started swapping what sort of units I'm gonna use for the rest of the run. So that's basically how you want to do it. Of course, it's a lot easier because you do get to start with a bunch of these starting passives here. Then you can get a bunch of the other ones. Like the ones I would suggest you going for is either the one that gives you like one specific race damage, or say the one that increases like female heroes damage dealt. Like you can stack those, of course. Go for the ones that's gonna increase your crit chance, unless of course you have someone like Death Pierce that's inherently just gonna increase your crit chance with his own passive. After that, like go for like the crit damage increasing passives, and of course the passives that's gonna increase your damage dealt. Because if you can like just one shot every single like enemy in the game, you don't really need the health, you don't really need like the HP regen, you don't need a defense or anything like that. You just push through it. I didn't actually have that many damage increasing ones. I had this one increases my crit damage, I believe, and this one increases my damage dealt when I'm at above like 70% HP. So though I did get to start with this one on this specific run, on the previous run I just found it on floor 2. So I mean, if you're struggling with this still, just give it a couple of runs, see if you can't get like lucky with like the units. Of course, try to get like red Brunhild, green Brunhild on floor 1. Those are gonna help you out. Blue Lilia is also really good because she has a heal. Of course, any of the gophers if you can get them. Later down the line, you can of course go for your regular really strong units, like Queen Diane is probably gonna be helpful there if you can get like a Queen Diane Skadi and then get some giant buff buffing abilities, maybe that's gonna be really good as well. Or like you can go for the Archangels with Mael, Goddess Liz, Tarmiel, maybe Sariel, or Luda Margaret. That's gonna be potentially a really good team. And then you can also run like backline Onashi, backline Death Pierce if you want to. And just remember like what the bosses do. First boss against melee, just try to kill him, and like you can tank his counter. He's not really gonna hit you for hard unless he's got like a gold counter or whatever. Depends on how lucky the boss gets. But you shouldn't have any problem like killing him in 2 turns with that Liz, because she's gonna boost your attack related stats by 30% if you attack with her first turn. Then on the second boss against Ban, just use the Liz to like remove Ban's alt gauge orbs, or like use any other units like the Nanashi to remove the alt gauge orbs whenever he attacks you. Fortunately for me, I just one-shot him, but most people are probably not gonna one-shot him, but there are most definitely ways that you can get around that. Say for example, even the blue Lilia, if you can get her silver AoE card, like you will be able to remove alt gauge orbs. Or the green Gopher, which we also found before Ban. That's also gonna like debuff Ban and remove his alt gauge orbs. And then against Escanor as like the final boss, you just try to deal damage with silver cards as much as you can. Try not to get him below like 30% HP, or he's gonna be immortal for 2 turns. Just let him actually kill one of your units even, because as soon as you go into the deeper parts you can revive them, and if one of your units dies because of like one of these passives, I'm not sure which one it is, but if one unit dies, all other units cards will get ranked up. So that's something you can like keep in mind as well, like maybe go into the fight with like a unit with really low HP, so Escanor focuses down that unit, and then just kill him. And on the deeper part, try not to use buffed units when you attack the Copper Demon as like the first boss you're facing, and then just pretty much one-shot any other floor. Like on my first run I had the Amplify team with traitor Meliodas, and then I got like Mael in the deeper parts of the Underground Labyrinth on the first hero selection node you can find there, and I just used, you know, a Mael attack and then a melee attack, and it basically killed every single enemy in like 1 turn. So the deeper parts is really easy. The normal 3 floors are also really easy now. So yeah. But anyway, that's the guide. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a most wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, I guess I catch you next one. Bye.